Good morning. It is Hump Day Wednesday. I just went over why I don't have memberships on YouTube because I don't like fleecing people for money. If you want to hear that rant, what is it, like 20 minutes in? Maybe it's 45 minutes in on the live on YouTube. Where are we on the Qs? Just so everybody knows, today's a half day. It's a half day in the market. The market closes at 1 o'clock. What will I be doing? I will be on a Spaces with Wolf Financial. You can set it up. It's in the newsletter. If you go to my my Twitter, you'll be able to set it. So I like this. I'm waiting to hear. Honest to God, I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. They haven't told me anything. I prepared some jokes. I prepared some talking lines. But these guys are degenerates. Who in the middle of the day at 12 o'clock is listening to an effing space? I have listened to these spaces. They're boring. I don't think that these guys have a ton of personality. They're talking about, I was listening to one guy today, Tesla, baby, Tesla, and he's talking, and there's nothing of value. He's just pumping up Tesla. So, they're probably making money. I don't know. But it is what it is. I'll be on there today. And yes, I'm grumpy. I have a bout with food poisoning. This is angry, get off my lawn, old guy Gary. So get ready, because today I got a problem with you people. Not really. But here's the Qs. We're just trading sideways, but we're continuing to go up. Today, we're at 486. Yesterday, we closed at 480, 487, 488. You're just trading sideways. QQQ was the buy. But what I want to point out to you is in the paid newsletter, I provided some analysis at the beginning of May of, hey, don't get out in May. There's a big saying in the market, sell in May and go away. And part of that is agriculture from previous years, long time ago. Part of it is because New York is in the Hamptons vacationing. All of New York finance is in the Hamptons vacationing. And they just don't see a lot. Well, I pointed out that here in 2020, you didn't want that because you were up 27%. In 2021, you didn't want that. You were up 15%. Now in 2022, you were down 11%. Probably made sense, but you didn't know it, and you could have made a lot of money trading in that huge peak up to August. And then in 2023, you didn't want it. You made 9%. So I said this year, do not get out. You don't. Even though the MACD is super, super high, still have some room to go, and I do think we have room to go. Now, I think we cover some of this where we saw, some pullbacks specifically in 2022 and 2023, where you can see 2023 specifically, we traded sideways like we're starting to do now, and then you went into August and September, and it was super weak, and we hit the October lows. Where are we going now? I don't know. Maybe that's what I bring up on the October the spaces this afternoon. Is that, hey, fools, you guys probably lost a lot of money last October. It was clear on the charts that it was nothing, something that was coming. And it's clear even on this QQQ, on this weekly chart. Look at how high that MACD is. The RSI is at 72. We're overbought. Do you want to allocate a ton of money? I don't. Now, I will say, TQQQ, I've made the mistake of not getting in July, even though it was 100%. You've had a nice run here in this month. Now, if you got in, say June, you got in and you said June 6th, ooh, the algorithm got me in. Well, now you're up nice 15%. A nice 15%. That's a great, great try. Meanwhile, you've traded sideways here. Let's remove this. Remove this segment because here in June 18th, you were at 77. Where are you today? You're trading at 77. In pre-market, let's see, it's at 77.07. You've traded here. Now, do you break out or do we use this as a resistance level? And I would say, hey, the MACD is going for another cross up. I think that's bullish. The RSI is continuing to climb. It's at 67. That's bullish. We still have an ability to go up. So I don't want you to say, oh my God, I've got to get out of this market. But when you look at the weekly, we're a little bit stretched. So just be cautious. I'm sad that I didn't get in. You can see the high here in TQQ was 83, 86. So we're probably bumping up to 86. That's probably where you're going. But again, TQQQ, that was the play. Is it too late to get in? I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. I'm about 90 to 95% invested. I'm not rushing out. If you're 50% invested, get into TQQQ. Makes no sense that you're not in TQ. Get into Tesla, get into Apple, get into everything that's 52-week highs, because for the long term, you'll be happy. But for the short term, I don't know. What's the number one stock that's trading right now? It's NVIDIA. NVIDIA holds the top Interactive Brokers most active list as AI star stocks to meander. So again, we're trading sideways. Here's the entire list. NVIDIA, Tesla, I will put this in the newsletter. Micron, Amazon, AMD, Apple, Nike, Rivian, SMCI. There's a ton in here. And this is Interactive Brokers. This is usually where traders are. Now, NVIDIA, we've talked about it before. Do you want to get into it? I said, hey, it's holding this 122. It's trading at 121. Do you want to get in? I think anytime you get between 115 and 122, you start adding to this position. That sideways move that you're seeing is pretty good. Now look at the MACD. We talked about this when the MACD was way up here. The stock was at 140 and the MACD was extended up towards the 6 level. It's come down. You're at the oscillator. The RSI is at 47. Where do I think it's going? I would say it's probably going up. Do I think you're coming back down to 77? If you do, load up, because Meta, Amazon, and Google, they're all loading up on NVIDIA chips. Tesla is loading up on NVIDIA chips. It has at least some runway until next year. So I don't think that you're coming down to 77. I would start adding at this point, but you're seeing little button hook. Now this MACD is incredibly extended. It's at 13. The strike line's at 14. The actual MACD line's at 16 on the levels here on the MACD. The RSI is at 74. It's incredibly overbought, but do not think that this one can't get to 250. If we go over here and we look at the Wall Street price target on this one, the Wall Street price target is 132. That's 7% where you are today. That would be a pretty good, solid gain. 7% in this market, I'd take it, because you can be at 7% tomorrow. And that's where I want you to be. Again, NVIDIA, big stock. You can go and look at that list from Interactive Brokers. Now, the stocks with the most extreme upside in Q2 with Piper Sandler, this is Qualcomm, Micron, AT&T, Arista, ANET, which we talk about all the time, Vistra, VST, that's a power company. GoDaddy, we brought that one up yesterday. That one has a big one. Gap, Sprouts Farmers Market, which is an alpha pick. Again, you can look at this entire list, go and look at the charts. I like this list. There were several names on there that I was interested in. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, this particular, I talk about that we're in an AI and GLP-1. This is a weight loss program. Allurion, ALUR, shot up 160% in afternoon trading yesterday. And it was because of this weight loss. And let me just explain the weight loss that they have. The weight loss is a swallowable gastric balloon and monitoring app. I have no idea how somebody is swallowing a balloon and feeling comfortable with that. I also don't know why people take GLP-1s, because you lose muscle mass and stuff. But this one had an enormous candle yesterday. You can see the morning candle, 10%. The afternoon candle, 5%. And the MACD's crossing up. Now, did the algorithm get you in? No. Algorithm hasn't gotten you in. I would not trade this one. I just thought that was funny. Could it go up? Absolutely. You can trade this if you want. It's just upper left, bottom right. I just don't think that it has the amount. But one that I do think, Eli Lilly. They won FDA approval for Alzheimer's drug. Eli Lilly is in the core portfolio. Eli Lilly is one you should have exposure to. Eli Lilly is one that I said anything under 900 you should buy. Well, what happened yesterday? Biden came out and said, Biden and Bernie Sanders, we don't want them charging $30,000 for this drug. The morning, it went down to $878. Did you buy? Because remember, we talk about having those price points and making sure that you have a reminder and an alert in your system so that you can do it. You can set alerts in Seeking Alpha. You can go to Eli Lilly, and you can set an alert up here in the upper right. We're going to go over more about Seeking Alpha, but you can set this alert. You can say, what price do you want an alert? Well, 900. You get an email and a mobile alert. You can set an alert in Trendspider, okay? Trendspider will allow you to set an alert at a price target. It will allow you to set an alert when the MACD crosses up or down. It will allow you to set an alert on RSI. It will allow you to set alert on any indicator, moving averages, volume. Anything that you want to set an alert on, you can set an alert in Trendspider. So there are ways to do it. And Trendspider, it's on sale for the next day. Get it while you can. $49 a month, $54 a month. I would say if you're brand new, do the $82 a month. It's just a little bit more, but this comes with unlimited one-on-one training. And that's the way I would do it. Now, we talked about Alpha Picks. Alpha Picks, you can get Alpha Picks. Well, Seeking Alpha Premium. Let's talk about this one because it comes with a free 7-day trial. But those alerts are just part of the program. We're going to go over the email that you get, but it's free 7-day trial, and my link saves you 20%. Where do you get all these links? It's at Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. Now, I referenced this one. For the 4th of July, I think it's like, the next day or so, you can get 30 days of Seeking Alpha Premium and Alpha Picks. When you buy Alpha Picks I save you $50 with my link. It's $449. Alpha Picks is a curated two stocks per month portfolio. It's based on the quant. It's a great portfolio. The performance is unmatched, 121% versus 43% for the S&P. So, but again, you want to set those alerts. Bank of America. We can talk about this one. Bank of America, the stock gets an upgrade. Now attractively priced. Seaport. The quant has Bank of America as a strong buy. The quant has Bank of America as a strong buy. I would argue your best bank is Citibank. This one, the valuation is a D, and it's because of the PE, the forward gap. They're just, the growth is probably what's, going to hurt this one. I would argue that Citibank is a better one, but Citi is a hold in the quant. But I would argue that Citibank, its book value it's trading at 64. The book value is like 90 something. So again, I think Citigroup is your best bet. I do hold Bank of America. I like that one. We can talk about Citi right here because Citi says the S&P has more upside in the second half of the year, and it highlights several sectors. So this article is a really good article. They put in the S&P year-end price targets. The bull case for the S&P year-end is 6,100. That's 11% upside. The bear case is 21% down. So they do have a bear case that's quite a bit down. You want to take a look at those bear cases because if we get some type of a catalyst that's down, then you might see towards those things. The overweight sectors, they're saying real estate, financials, and consumer discretionary, XLY. That is the one that I own with Tesla and Amazon is about 45% of the actual overall holdings. I like that one. They say market weight sectors, communications, industrials, technology, consumer staples, energy, and utilities. Underweight sectors, they say materials, forget about. They say healthcare, forget about. I think Eli Lilly has the best opportunity in healthcare. I don't think that the sector as a whole will do well. I agree with them. The overweight sectors, I'd argue real estate, probably not a good one. Financials, fantastic, and consumer discretionary, good. I would also argue that the market weight sectors of energy and information technology, I like both of those. I would have moved those up to overweight sectors, but that's just me. Again, I'm a big cap tech investor. Now, Dell and Amazon, and for all in focus, Bank of America switches their US 1 list. So this is a list that's just bullish. Dell and Amazon are the top ones. Dell is a hold in the quant. It's a hold in the quant. I would argue this one is a buy. The average price target is 157 from Wall Street. That's a 9.8% upside. I would argue this one's a buy. I have been telling you before in the chart, when we go and look at Dell, this is one that I want to add to the core portfolio. I just have to find something to take out from the core portfolio. Boeing was going to be taken out from the core portfolio, but the valuation of Boeing is just too good to take it out. Yes, they have problems. Yes, their management sucks. Yes, they have issues. But the valuation is just so low compared to the revenues and stuff. But Dell, look at what we've done with Dell. You had a huge MACD up here. and it came down. The RSI came down, and we're trading at the oscillator. I've said it before. Anything between 132 and 142, you can buy. You can buy at 147. You got a gap up here between 162 and 167. You're going to hit it. You're going to hit that gap. So, again, you have opportunities in this market. One big opportunity, and I said it yesterday, Tesla. Higher estimates from Wedbush as most undervalued AI play in the market. They're valuing the robots. They're valuing the full self-driving. They're valuing the AI. They're valuing the data from all of the cars that drive around with the vision stuff. They set a bull case of $400, and Wedbush boosted their actual price target to $300. Now, that's bigger than I would say. I would say we have to push through that 250, but you're up 2% again. You're up 2% again. I would argue that 250 is going to be your resistance. So between now and 250, do you want to add to it? I don't know. I mean, am I adding to it? Their earnings are coming out July 23rd. The RSI, you're incredibly overbought right now. I don't know that I'd necessarily add to it. I would probably wait until that support level comes up a little bit. The support level right now is 200. So between these two lines is where Tesla's really trading. And you just want to take a look at this one. I own this. Again, I own this in XLY, nothing else. Now, some ETFs. This list just came out. The top 10 ETFs, inflows. So SPLG was number 10. VEA, which is Vanguard Developed Markets, that's number 8. You can go up. The number 1, iShares S&P ETF, IVV. That was up $13 billion. Year to date, you can see the returns: SPLG 14%, VEA 3%, VTI 13%. You can read this article. This is important to look at because if these inflows, you want to look at outflows and inflows for ETFs because the inflows identify that people think that has an opportunity to grow. What's the difference between IVV, which is the S&P 500, and IVW? It's that IVW is the growth, but that's number 4. It looks like iShares is significantly getting inflows from number 7 all the way up to number 1. It's all iShares. It's all iShares. So keep an eye on that. That's an interesting one. Now, I want to go over another benefit from Seeking Alpha Premium, and it's this email. And what I want to point out is all the articles that I got today weren't from going to the homepage of Seeking Alpha. I didn't go to the homepage today. I wanted to look at our actual, Nancy Pelosi identifies that she bought NVIDIA and Broadcom. Better get in on those. Pre-market digest. This is what I like. So I get this email every day on the core portfolio. Okay, I've got like 3 other portfolios. You get 1 email per portfolio. And it rates my portfolio health check. Scott just said they charge him at his ETF thing $450 for an analysis. This is, $180 a year, and you get so much more than just an analysis. But this is every day they analyze it, and they give you a score. Now, I've always been in this green one with the core portfolio. We have 27 that are hold stocks, 7 that are buy, 4 that are strong buys, none that are sells or strong sells. That's the value of the core portfolio. Yesterday's performer, Tesla, SMCI, and Bank of America. Top winners, top losers were NVIDIA, Lilly, and Oxy. Those are ones that you want to buy. When you see these losers, you want to take a look at the chart and say, ooh, do I want to buy this one? Now, I said I didn't go to the front page. And the reason was there wasn't a whole hell of a lot on the front page of Seeking Alpha today that I liked. That I said, what should I talk about with my audience? I didn't like it. So I used this breaking news. This is all the news about everything in the core portfolio. Then what do you get? You get analysis from the core portfolio. This guy does advanced Alzheimer's solutions with consuming. I don't know anything about this drug. This dude does. So he looks at it in the analysis. Again, Seeking Alpha Premium is a value. You get 20% off and a free 7-day trial when you use my link. I love this email. Again, I could do the whole show just based on this email. And that's the value that you have. So I just want to bring that up. Again, a couple of other benefits. There's other benefits to Seeking Alpha Premium, but that's just one. Now let's take a look. Peter wants me to look at JP Morgan. So JP Morgan recently hit all-time highs. I'm not a fan of JP Morgan. And the reason I'm not a fan of, I think Jamie Dimon knew all about Epstein. I think they funded Epstein. I think they some of these bankers also visited Epstein Island. I'm just not a fan. But it's the best in breed. It's the best bank out there. And you're continually setting new highs at this point. Now, do I think it could go higher? Yes. Jamie Dimon earlier this year said, we're not buying back our stock. Why should we buy it back at 2 times book value? And that's what you want to look at with JP Morgan. JP Morgan here, you go to FinViz and you go down. What's their book value? 106. They're trading at 208. The price target from Wall Street is 213. So you still have some upside. But I would argue that this is probably topping out. Now, they're going to come out with earnings. I think 13th or something like that. JP Morgan comes out with earnings. Let's see. 8th. July 8th. So next week. They're coming out with earnings. Things will probably be very rosy. Super rosy. I don't like JP Morgan for, first off, the Epstein stuff. But that book value and him saying that they're not buying back the stock. That's what worries me. Now, when we go and we look at Citibank, you're trading at $64, okay? The book value of Citi is $99, okay? The price target is $69. So you still have upside both on the price target and on the book value. Bank of America, we can look at this one. They're trading at $40. Book value is $33. So it's not as extended as JP Morgan. Target price from the Wall Street is $41. Yeah, you can look at Wells Fargo. Again, when you want to look at banks, this is what you want to look at. The book value of Wells Fargo, 46. You're trading at 60. It's a little bit extended. Your target price, 63. So that's what you want to look at. And again, if you want, just buy XLF. If you want all of these banks, just buy XLF. I think that's a good one. I think that's a great ETF. Hold on one second. Petty, stop it. I love her. But man, Sholin from Spotify, Zscaler, how high do you think it will go? I will post in the newsletter the Austin Powers with his pinky, $1 million. Because I don't know how high it'll go. I mean, how high will it go? Your guess is, honest to God, there is nobody that can tell you how high this one will go. Showing. And if they tell you that, they're completely wrong. They're just guessing. Absolutely just guessing. There's nobody that can tell you where a stock's going to go. This one is just as likely to go to 150 in my mind as it is to go to 250. So right now you have a gap up here all the way up to 240. You have the positive moving 50-day. You have a negative moving 200-day. You're about to get that golden cross. The golden cross is the 50-day over the 200-day. So when you cross up on it, that's a golden cross. When you cross down on the 50-day, like we can go back here. This is what's called a death cross on March 25th. What did it do? It continued down. This is considered a golden cross if we get there. And if it gets there, I think you cover that 250 gap. Now, I will tell you, Zscaler is not my favorite cybersecurity play. My favorites are Palo Alto Networks, which is PAN-W, which is in the core portfolio, and CrowdStrike. So those are my two favorites. But Zscaler, this one's strong buy in the quant. The only issue is the valuation, but the growth is an A. And the valuation is an issue because it's got a high PE. But their growth, the PEG, which takes PE and growth, that's only 1.66. So I don't think that this one's a horrible play. When you look at the Wall Street analysts, they have a $229 price target. That's 16% upside. And you can see they've just brought it down. So maybe this one comes up, maybe they bring it down. But back here, you were at a $381 price target in December of 2021. So which one do you want? It's up to you. PAN-W is a great one in my mind. Yes, it's a hold. If we go to Wall Street, we can look at this one. Average Wall Street price target, 343. That's only 1% up. But they're a bit different businesses. The valuation, again, this one has gone for a run. This one was one where people were asking me, hey, should I get it under 300? Absolutely, you buy this one under 300. Another one, CrowdStrike. This one's at 384. There were people asking me, should I buy this under 300? Absolutely, you buy this under 300. I just bought and held it. I continue to add to this one. It's a strong buy from Wall Street. It's a hold in the quant. Wall Street has this one as a $402 price target. That's a 4.57% upside. Now, the only issue is the valuation. When you look at the PEG, it's not as good as Zscaler. But I would argue Zscaler has a bit, again, these companies are a little bit different. There's little differences in the actual product of this company. So Shohan, if you're interested, I would do a little bit more research into the differences between those companies. Full disclosure, I don't know the differences. I invest in cybersecurity because I think any company can't do without it. I also like the fact that Palo Alto Networks is trying out a new pricing strategy where they're going after the big players. And I like CrowdStrike because CrowdStrike uses, I believe it's CrowdStrike, uses a cloud-based cybersecurity. So when one of them gets hit, then it goes out to the entire network and it protects the entire network. So that's what I like. But I will put the $1 million in the newsletter for you. Now, scans. We had Apple. I say this a lot. And again, Apple, how high does it go? To Shohan's question. I don't know. I mean, it's bumping up against that 220. Did I trim down here? Hell no, I didn't trim. I didn't think that this was, I said 220 was going to be the resistance level. It is absolutely a resistance. It's trading at 220 right now. But look, the MACD just crossed up again. The RSI just started raising again. You're at 65. The last time we were at 220, the MACD, or I'm sorry, the RSI was at 82, and the MACD was just about here, but it was crossing up. Now we didn't get the super bump up, but maybe this is the next leg up to 250. Because when you look at Seeking Alpha, we can look at the Wall Street price target on this one. Honest to God, I get nervous. But am I trimming this? No. The valuation makes no sense. Average price target is $211. That is a 3.974% downside. That's a downside, okay? This one's just getting some love. Now, do I think that they're wrong on their valuation? I don't think so. But this one is one of the safest plays to play, and I continue to like it. Am I adding to it? Absolutely not. VRT, I got an alert yesterday. I added to this one at $93, I think. It is trading at $88. Let's see. We are at $89. I continue to think that $90 and that $109 is a pretty good trading range right here. And I think you're trading sideways. Now, do I trust it? 50 days moving down. I like this one. Don't love it. But again, I got two buys, so I added to this one, VRT. DELL, I've said it before, and we went over this one earlier. This one has a cross up here. And so you get another buy at this one. The MACD is just kind of floundering around here, but that 140, you're trading at 145. It's come down in 5 minutes during the time, but I like that one. POWL. This is an electrical service provider. I found this one. You want to know how I found this one? Alpha Picks. It was this. It's one of the Alpha Picks. And POWL, they added it way before. This is one of their huge winners. Now it's down here at 145. Do you want to add it to 145? Look at how low that MACD is. Okay? Look at how low this RSI is at 39. Now, we can talk about this double top right here at 200. Are you buying at 145 for 200? I think absolutely. Again, you're looking at this one at 150, providing a little bit of support here. Is it perfect support? No. 130 might be the better support. But look at these Bollinger Bands cinching up. Now, the MACD still extremely high. The RSI at 51. But POWL, again, I said it was an alpha pick. That's where I learned about this one. I don't know anything about it other than it's an alpha pick. The stock is still a strong buy. The average price target from Wall Street, 145. But the quant says it's still a strong buy. The only issue is valuation. But I would argue that PEG, the PEG trailing, it's only at 0.6. When you go forward, it's at 1.43, which is still 12% below the sector. So is it stretched? I don't think so. This is an industrial in electric components and supplies. The number one, American Superconductor. I mean, maybe this one's a better buy. This one's had quite a little run up as well. Wall Street says this one's a strong buy with the price target at 27. That's an 11% upside. So again, you want to use the tools that you have to be able to find these. Well, all of the semiconductor builders, ASML, AMAT, KLAC, they all got cross-ups as well. But American Superconductor, what I would tell you is take a look at this and then take a look at the market cap. 891 versus 1.74 billion. I'd rather be on that billion side, but is this market cap a little bit different? Let's go and look at this one, okay? AMSC. Let's look at this and let's chart this against POW. And I didn't plan this out, so I don't know what's going to happen, but let's look at this. POWL. We'll put that one in. We're going to get rid of the S&P because that's going to show huge, like just one behind. Okay, AMSC is up 279%. Let's go year to date. That's probably better. Year to date, Powell's up 64%. AMSC is up 116%. So, and they've crossed over here. They crossed over. Powell was way up, and then it crossed over. And AMSC is now the better. Maybe Powell catches up to this. Could be. I mean, again, you look at the valuation, it could be. So I think this one's good. You know, again, you want to take a look at it. We did get some leveraged ETFs. We got a ETF VWO. All of this is in the Daily Stock Pick newsletter. So all of this is in the newsletter. The newsletter is 100% free. I don't know why you don't sign up for it. During the week, it's 100% free. You get everything that I just went over here in the newsletter. So go and sign up, dailystockpick.substack.com. You can see it right here. And at the end, what I post are these scans. So the entire list of scans are stocks that are bullish. Choose whichever one you want. These are ones that are either on my watch list, they're in an index, or they're, Bitcoin and crypto, leveraged ETFs. You should trade. You shouldn't invest in those. The scans, that's what you want to look at. Again, everything is posted there. So we are closed tomorrow. The market closes at 1 o'clock today. Be sure that you are, taking advantage of these sales. These sales go away, so don't wait on this. Trendspider in particular, you want to take advantage of this sale. It's the best sale of the year. I'm telling you, I don't know for sure, but if it was only $50 a month to me to get Trendspider, I can't trade without this tool. Honest to God, I just can't trade without. And I got questioned, why don't you have memberships on your YouTube? Well, part of the reason I don't have memberships on YouTube, I don't want to, fleece people. And so I've never had one complaint from anybody who signed up for Trendspider. Everybody loves Trendspider that signed up for it through me. And that's quite a bit. I mean, they're quite a bit. We're talking, a lot per week that sign up. And again, when I go into my stuff about how much I make on this podcast, you'll kind of find out. It's a little bit shocking. But I guess I'm in the top 10% of podcasts because I actually make money at podcasting. I don't know. But again, Trendspider, you get my 4 hour. What do? You go and sign up at the link tree right here. You sign up, you get to this page, and then you sign up and you send me, here's my email address right here in the upper right. You send me an email that says, hey, Gary, I just signed up for Trendspider. Here is my billing confirmation because I need the email address that you signed up with. So here's my billing confirmation with the email address that I signed up with. And once you send that, I send you back a nice little paper, PDF that has all of the things to import. It has the 4-hour algorithm, it has the 65-minute, it has all my watch lists and all my scanners. You can do everything that I do in this podcast with Trendspider. Now, the other one that I would urge you to get is Seeking Alpha Premium. And that's the one that, again, you can use these two tools in congruence with each other. And the third one that I added, and I use it, like I said, POWL, I would have never had an idea about, is Alpha Picks. And this is the only reason I promote them is because of the return of the portfolio. I am not a big fan of, hey, here's a stock to buy, and here's when you want to sell it. They do tell you when to sell these stocks. They tell you when they trim them in their portfolio. I'm not a super fan of that because I'd rather have you do your own work. But understand, if you want this, then I think it's a good deal. Again, for a limited time, you get 30 days of Seeking Alpha Premium when you sign up for Alpha Picks. But the two tools that I really think you should get are Trendspider and Seeking Alpha Premium. Again, 12 p.m. today, I'll be on Spaces on Twitter, so join me. Okay, take care. See you.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. ears.